Mousetrap and the Laird. This rain is so fine, so delicate. When it lands in my mug of tea, it hardly makes an impression. Disappears as if it never existed. My tea is sitting on the wall of a balcony that looks out over a light industrial part of town. At 4 a.m, I am the only living soul in the world. I am disappearing like the ancient bone china rain. I've only felt rain like this in San Francisco. I can feel it on my face, yet my hair is dry. If this rain isn't even making me wet, perhaps I'm not here. Perhaps Richard Brautigan is writing this rain for me, reminding me that I don't really exist. When asked what he did, Brautigan once replied, "I live in San Francisco. My cigarette is bone dry. It's possible I'm not here at all. That I am living in San Francisco and dreaming that I'm the only living soul in Melbourne." One of us is a ghost, the rain or me. I hope it's me, that I'll disappear and wake up living in San Francisco, standing on a Chinatown balcony, my soul connected to the city, the fine, delicate rain creating tiny dimples in my tea. She'd bought him a mug of tea in bed. He'd been feeling pretty good about the world. He'd leaned forward to adjust the plethora of pillows she'd pushed behind him. So many pillows. When one small sausage-shaped pillow had fallen, he'd watched it as it fell. In slow motion, like a tree in a climate change awareness documentary. He'd been surprised that the tiny pillow possessed the mass and velocity to knock the mug of tea over, to tip its contents onto her clock radio. He'd been surprised at the volume of the mug. There appeared to be more tea on her bedside table than could possibly have been contained by one small mug. Surprised or not, that's what had happened. He'd stared for a moment, then acted swiftly, righted the felt mug, pulled his t-shirt over his head and begun soaking up the tea, all the time preparing his defense. Surely this was a natural disaster, an act of God. He looked up. She was staring at him from the doorway of her bedroom. A romantic crisis report was being filed. The full bench of her court of potential boyfriend suitability was being called to session. He awaited judgment. Mousetrap and the Laird is supported by some to keep it free for all. For details, please see the show notes.